Today I'll be reviewing Black Panther Wakanda Forever starring Letitia Wright, Angela Bassett, Tenoch Huerta. This movie it is directed by Ryan Coogler. Yes, finally saw this movie during the weekend with the full theater. People were really excited to see this movie. So was I. I was like, oh, I was so excited to see. Although all these people who came out of this movie, they said this movie is like, some are saying they're not good, some are like, oh, it's not good. It's yeah. And after watching this movie, all these people are wrong. Overall, this movie, it is still very good. Although it is not as good as the first one, because the first one was, starring Chadwick Boseman, and he's not no longer with us. And doing this movie, it is very difficult task. That means that it is a difficult task. Same time, of course, Disney, they took a huge risk making this movie and not casting Black Panther, giving this Black Panther to someone else, and someone is a woman, and making this a female-centric movie. They took huge risk here, honestly, I must say. That is what I think personally. Of course, I might be wrong. But this movie, does nail the story-wise. What was it going for? And overall, they did leave you with a there's a cliffhanger. So I don't know if these are, I think, spoiler I'm talking here. So if you have not seen this movie, I mean, like, these things are in the trailer, I guess, so they are not a huge spoiler, because you already know Letitia, right? She is the Black Panther in this movie. She's taking over the mantle, but the way she takes over, it does make sense. And again, if someone else was in, like, some guy was in this Black Panther movie, it could have been also fine. But that's the direction Disney took here, and they're trying to attract new audience, especially new female audience. And did they show up for this movie? I think so. That, like, female audience for this movie was a little higher, and all the female audience, I think they're rating this movie really high. So this movie is overall, what is this movie? I liked of course, all the emotional scene is really, they nailed all the emotional scene. When you watch it, you really feel it. And all the acting is absolutely amazing. Of course, I'm so excited to see Namor in this movie, played by Tenoch Huerta. I thought he was so good, and his presence was in this movie. The way it was done, it's really good. Of course, Angela Bassett, you saw her on the trial. Of course, she was really good. But Letitia Wright. So here's the thing: I didn't like Letitia Wright in the first movie. Like, she is a side character. In this movie, it required her to do a lot of stuff, and I really must say she was really good, which is testament to Ryan Coogler, his direction. I guess he's really capable director. That means that I think some of the direction in this movie he took didn't work for me. Some of the story, I was like, why you had to do that? And some of the stuff he added, and some of the stuff probably Marvel made him add here. So I cannot blame him. But still, he took some of the direction in this movie. Which I didn't like, especially, I guess, for name or character perspective. It could have been gone other way, but I don't know. I'll tell you which one I didn't like in my spoiler section. Overall, this movie, it's really still so good. Some of the plot point you might get a little irritated by, but this is one of this movie good over, like, the good is more here than the bad. There's some bad stuff in every movie, but making a blockbuster movie is hard. This movie could have been, I guess, a little bit smaller or shorter. I guess they added all this extra thing here because it's a blockbuster movie, and they try to add all this thing and to make it, I guess, longer, and I guess to make some stuff relevant to people. I don't know. Some of the character people didn't like that much. Overall, for me, I really like the story. All this thing I'm saying here, I'm just saying based on the other people's opinion, because some people are like, oh, why Disney didn't do this? As I was saying, Disney took huge risk here. They took away the black strong male character, but they did give you another strong alpha male character named Namor. So this give and take happening here, which end of the day, I think it's up to the people, if people are enjoying this movie. I think this movie's action scene, some of the action scene, especially the Neymar, still they're very enjoyable. That is what I do think this movie will do great at the box office, because some of the action scene where it does deliver, some of the action scene doesn't look that good, I guess. It's hard to do, I guess, CGI action scene. And once Letitia Wright in the third act, she was Black Panther. I guess she looked like I guess she didn't put any weight for this movie. How do I say? She looked so skinny in the third act. It's like, still she did such an amazing job. It's not her fault to put this on her. Obviously, this movie tried to tell you like she's a tech. She's not a like a macho superhero or anything like that, I guess. Trying to say like a nicer way that she is good in this movie. Again, so all these people are saying this is not good. I don't know. I really like, of course, Okie's storyline. And there's one scene I was really crying for her. It was so sad when you watch it. And Angela Bassett, she was so good. So I'll be now going to spoiler, because I don't know why they did this Angela Bassett's character. Like, they killed her off in this, like, why she needed to die by Namor. That is the, like, this movie's, this direction I didn't like. She didn't need to die here. Like already her big brother, like Suri's big brother is dead. Everyone is dead. Give her a break. No. They kill her off in this movie, which is really unnecessary. She could have just got injured, could work too, but this direction I didn't like. Overall, this movie, it is like really, it's still so good, and especially Chadwick Boseman, the way they did his tribute to him, is really works. I'm just gonna say Chadwick Boseman, he did pass away, I guess, a year and a half ago. I think that after he passed away, then they greenlit this movie. The thing is, the first movie was huge success for Marvel Studio. Like, it made $1.3 billion. And he was such a great character overall. I feel like watching in this movie, you can see Disney felt like they owe this to him, that they did this tribute for him, that they did not want to this character to anybody else. Which is, I guess, still, I feel like it could have, someone else could have taken over here, but they didn't, I guess. That is like, I think it's sad, but it's okay. I see what they're doing here. Who am I to say anything? It's up to the people if they like this movie or not. Overall, I really like this movie. It's just, when you watch it, you feel like Disney really felt like they owe a lot to him. They are, and there is still, I feel like someone who passed away, they're playing his death here to get people emotional, and you know what I mean? That does bother me as a person. I'm like, but again, that's how it goes. This is like Hollywood. Everything is money, and this movie did open huge at the box office. Who am I to say anything? Overall, this movie is still so good. You should check it out. Although it is really heartfelt, sad movie. It's like so many people are dead here. I'm like, and when she stripped away Wakie's power, I was like, oh my god, it's so sad. They have to pay for your mistake. And overall, this movie, some people are saying it's long. It is long, I guess. Because as I was saying, they added all this thing because Marvel demand to add. Overall, I really like this movie a lot. I really like the first one, but this one also I like. There's rare you like also sequel this much, and all these people who didn't like it, I think, as I was saying, some of the like the thing they make in this choices, killing off everybody. And okay, here is the post-credit scene. This, like, T'Challa, he has a son, and his son's probably gonna take over the Black Panther mantle, but it will take time for him to grow up and go to that age. And isn't it Avenger 6 is happening? So like, I don't know how I think it will take time. Maybe in the third movie he will be big and he will take over that mantle, which is very exciting. If someone asked me, I thought, oh, Letitia, right, she really did good job. Overall, this movie is really good, and that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget my other reviews.